Focus problems. There we go. Hello, everyone. So, this isn't going to be the usual hype that you're used to when I go live, because we need to talk. There's some of you in here that aren't the problem, but we need to talk. So, yesterday, something happened. Not unusual, sadly, but it's wrong on so many levels. So, those of you that know me know that I quite like routine. So, there's certain days of the week where I will watch some of my friends stream, some of them which I'm lucky enough to mod for. And it's a great honour to be able to mod for them. But I really look forward to their streams, and everyone that streams should look forward to watching streams, streaming themselves. You're probably wondering what I'm doing live on a Monday evening. But the internet is that shitty, and yes, bad language is going to come out. The internet is that shitty that it's bullying people out of feeling like they can stream. And you know what? I've had enough. I am fucking fed up of the bullshit that happens on the internet. So today we're going to talk about it. So, for those of you wondering what I'm referring to, last night I was watching White Panther, who is a mod on my stream. I am lucky enough to be a mod on her stream too. And something happened. We don't know whether it was a bot or a human being, but even if it was a bot, it was written by a human being. A sketchy individual decided, I'm not going to use the word sketchy actually, because sketch is in here and sketch is great. But someone decided to say something very, very inappropriate. And if you want to know what it was, watch at your own risk. If you do the command !wrong in the chat, you'll be able to see the tweet. But yes, someone came along and said something very, very appropriate and yes, a bit of a wanker, absolutely, yes. But I'm not okay with anyone being spoken to the way White Panther was spoken to yesterday, and unfortunately, it is not the first time. Not just for White Panther, but for other people I've seen. In the past few months alone, I've had someone in a Microsoft YouTube stream comment on how beautiful the streamer was, and saying that they had nice eyes. And I called them out on it, and I was like, why are you commenting on her appearance when you could, we're here about what that she, I say she because she's female identifying, what she knows and not what she looks like. And I even said, would you say the same thing to a male or male identifying? And yeah, essentially I got thanked for calling them out on it, and they apologized and then removed their message. But who says these things? Who thinks it's okay? I've also witnessed comments like, oh my god, I've never seen a female coder before, or I wish you were my mother. Like, in what universe is it okay to make comments like that to people who are there sharing their knowledge with you? I am angry. I am fed up. And yes, this is just a rant, quite frankly, but we need to learn from it because I'm very, very lucky. The community that I'm part of, including those of you watching, are not part of the problem. You're inclusive, caring people who call out the bullshit that we witness on the internet. But for those that maybe aren't watching live or see this for whatever reason, it needs to stop. And it's just ridiculous. How would you feel if your sister, your brother, your sibling of any description, because gender's more than binary, if anyone that you cared about in your life, if someone just came up to you in the street and essentially said, oh, I don't really care about what you know, but I like what you look like, you wouldn't, would you? So what makes it acceptable to sit and do that because you're behind a keyboard and you can hide away with your, as a little keyboard warrior going, oh my god, someone pretty. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they look like. It's about what they know. Streamers put themselves out there because they've got a story to tell. Whether it's, oh, I want to learn something and I want to learn with you. Learning is hard. Tech in general is it's difficult. And putting yourself out there to stream this stuff and have people watch you and judge you as you're trying to learn something, it's difficult. The kind of another problem that we've been facing recently is with backseating. So for those of you that don't know, backseating is essentially when people in chat sit there telling you what's wrong with the code you've written, how to do the problem you're trying to solve, or, you know, how to fix something that you've done wrong. Now, yes, streaming is interactive. Sometimes you will ask for help, and that's when it's okay to say, I want to help you. But, it's not okay to sit there and tell people what to do. So putting yourself out there to stream is already hard enough when you're dealing with backseaters, criticising your code, or not giving you the thinking space to work through a problem. So, so much respect to the people who multiple times a week, every week, or even if it's once a year, twice a year, just respect to anybody who puts himself out there on the internet and puts up with this shit just because they go, do you know what? I've got something that I know and I want to share with you, or I've got something I want to learn and come along for the ride because you might learn from it. It's difficult. It's the same with public speaking, and, tech has a diversity problem. Let's be honest. It's a diversity and inclusion problem. But that's a whole other ballgame. At the end of the day, we know what it's like. I call my stream the imposter syndrome battleground because so many of us deal with the problem of, not feeling good enough. Imagine what it's like when you're there battling all these inner demons, that voice in your head that tells you, oh, do you know what? You don't know what you're doing. You don't belong here. Someone's going to suss you out one day, or why'd you bother doing this? You don't know shit. You imagine trying to deal with that, and a feeling that I'm sure a lot of you have had as well. And then on top of that, deal with people maybe comments on your appearance, or, creepy comments. Sketch says, someone's actually said, I wish you were a mother. Yep. Well, again, it wasn't on my stream. I fall under a completely different umbrella of shite, which is homophobia and also people making assumptions based on my appearance. But because people make assumptions based on my appearance, I tend to get slightly less of the creepy nonsense that is targeted normally at female and female identifying. But at the end of the day, there's so many different genders on the spectrum. It's not just, the biological sexes of male and female. There's more to it than that. So you don't even know what people are, but you just assume that someone is something, or that it's okay to comment on them, saying, oh, I've never seen a female coder before. To start with, how do you even know they're female? I bet there's people out there who people assume are female identifying, or actually identifying as something non-female. And same for male, male assumptions and actually identifying as female. You just don't know. You just need to be inclusive and caring, and then remember that life is hard. I mean, for God's sake, we're in the middle of a pandemic. I've barely left the house in 7 months. There's people I've not seen. The only reason I've seen my parents once this whole year is because they're my support bubble, and I'm currently fully isolating to see them for Christmas. There's all these other things that we're all dealing with. We've got people who've lost loved ones. You've got people who can't go anywhere. You've got people who've got sick and now thankfully have recovered, but have got, chronic conditions. And, life is fucking hard. There's people who not just got sick or lost loved ones, or not been able to leave the house. They've lost their jobs during this pandemic. If you live in America, you've dealt with politics of all sorts. If you live in the UK, you've dealt with Brexit. There's every country, and everywhere you go, all of us have got our own personal shit that we deal with. So why is it okay to take that anger and frustration that you've got and shit all over someone else, or think that women are something to, that they're less than you, that it's okay to comment on what they look like? So many of you who make really inappropriate comments to women, bet you anything that you would not say the same thing to someone that you deem as male. And as I said before, what makes it okay to speak to anyone like that? If it was someone that you care about, how would you feel if someone spoke to them like that? You wouldn't. But just because it's someone that you don't know personally, and because you sat behind a keyboard or on a mobile phone, maybe sat there in the dark going, ooh, stop it right now. Just ridiculous. You know, I'm not gonna go on for too much longer. I can either end the stream in a few minutes, or we can switch to streaming something else. As you will see, I have changed my background, my camera. So for the next few streams, I am officially not sharing my camera. I am replacing the window with "Stop Being Creepy." Because, let's be honest, people are being creepy. Doesn't, you know, coders are coders. It doesn't matter what they identify as, whether that, you know, whether it's to do with gender, race, you know, sexual orientation, you know, whether they like tea or coffee, whether they use Postgres or SQL. No one gives a shit. Everyone is a unique individual who has something that they bring. Everyone brings value. Yeah, I know there's lots of people who suffer with mental health who probably have voices in their head that say, you know, that they're worthless or what have you. You know, my mystery partner has OCD, and so has things that they have to do every day. Yeah, and that's okay. You know, we all have things that we deal with, but everyone is a person. Thank you for the follow. I apologise that you're following during a rant, but this is important. And absolutely, Sketch, PHP or JS, another one. But yes, essentially, I've just had enough. And I'm sure a lot of you feel the same. And, you know, by all means, go crazy and chat if you've got stories to share, or you want to get angry too. You know, you don't have to just sit and listen to me rant for over 10 minutes. It's not a rant, it's a public service announcement. Preach, my friend, preach. Yes, you're quite right, Toe Frog. This is a public service announcement that I have had enough. Can we all make a pact right here, right now? Just reading Sketch. Let's treat each other with respect and manner that we would like to be treated. Hell fucking yes. That right there. We've all been through it. Growing up, I was crap at interacting with the other kids. Autistic spectrum disorders, yay. So I had no friends until I was... Well, I had no proper in real life friends till I was 19. And... thank you for the subscription. That's really appreciated. But yes, I just, right now, I know most of those of you in chat are wonderful human beings who a lot of you I know very well. We could count on a rainy day. I could reach out to you and you'd be there. But yeah, this needs to stop right here, right now. We need to agree that we need to be decent to each other, treat each other how we want to be treated, and come back to those bits in a second. And essentially, call this shit out. You know, just today, I was talking in the mods chat for White Panther stream about how, as someone on the autistic spectrum, I question my social skills sometimes. Or lemon juice upstairs, not lemon juice, like lemon squash, whatever. It's a very British term, lemon squash, but yeah. But yeah, so I was talking about the fact that I hesitate sometimes to wield the ban hammer as a mod because I'm like, oh, you know, is that what they said as bad as I thought, or am I just being oversensitive? You know what? Doesn't matter anymore. Madhouse Steve made a very, very valid point, which is if someone has made you a mod, it means that they trust you to have the same opinions and values that they do. And if, you know, and that means that they trust you to carry on their work while they're concentrating. So yes, from this point forward, we need to stop being so nice about this stuff. The minute we see anything inappropriate, whether it's commenting on someone's appearance, gender, backseat coding, to be honest, right now we need to call it out. You know, if you're not a mod, you can't wield the ban hammer, as I call it. But yes, there is nothing stopping us as individuals sitting there and chat, atting someone and going, what the hell did you just say? And so, yeah, this is my promise. To White Panther, to all the other people I've talked about in here who I've not named by name because they've not made their experiences public, so I'm not going to name them. Yes, for all of you that I've ever let down by not saying something fast enough, from now on we're going to do it. And yep, from this point on, we're gonna stop. We're gonna call this shit out right here, right now, because I am done. I am sick to death of people that I care about having to rage quit or feel uncomfortable because someone says something inappropriate in chat. You know, I'm angry that I've had to make this stream. I'm glad people are here and that people seem to agree with me or care, but I don't want to. Right now, I should be watching my friend streaming, but because of some of you creeps out there, my friend, my good friend, is not streaming. And I'm sorry, but I've had enough. Too many people I care about come to me and told me stories, or I've witnessed things in their streams or whatever that's essentially, stories that we wouldn't want to happen. I mean, there's people in my life who have jobs which are very much frontline, customer facing, whatever you want to call it. They deal with human beings. I've got friends who work in retail. I've got friends who work as nurses. All this stuff. If they got harassed at work, someone would step in and do something about it. In theory, let's be honest, that's probably not true, but we can hope. But yeah, absolutely, this stuff needs to stop right now. So let's just read what Sketch has put. So at the top of the chat window is an icon that looks like two people. If you click that, you can see a list of people in chat, mods and broadcast. So feel free to whisper a mod if you see something inappropriate and think a mod has missed it. Non-mods can help out in ways like this. Yes, amen, my friend, absolutely. You can call people out in chat, but it's true, you might not feel comfortable calling them out publicly, in which case, just drop a whisper to the mod, or if you've dropped a mod a message and they a whisper and they don't appear to have seen it, it's okay to just at them and, say, I've dropped you a whisper or something. Call this stuff out, whether it's publicly to a mod or what. This stuff just needs to end. I don't want to, in 12 months' time, I do not want to be having to sit here again with you all talking about this shit because it's still happening. Tech has a problem, and I'm not suggesting that we're going to fix it overnight. I think it's January, Twitch brings in some updated terms of service to deal with stuff around harassment and racism and whatnot, and that's great. But there's only so much they can do, and what about when you're not on Twitch? What if you're somewhere else? The very inappropriate comment that poor White Panther dealt with last night. We reported the user, and a few of us reported him, thankfully. I don't know whether Twitch will report back what happened or whether anything will even happen. At this point, so it's happened so many times, I have no confidence whatsoever that Twitch is going to do anything. So to be honest, we just need to rely on each other. We need to all stand up and say, right now, I am done with this. And we are going to do better. We're going to call this stuff out. People, we're not going to bully people because that's not acceptable. That makes us hypocrites. But we're just going to say to people, stop. You can't say things like that. Would you say that to someone and, would you say that to someone that you care about or someone of this, the sexual orientation, gender that doesn't interest you, for example? So, you know what I mean. Why is it okay to comment on a female identifying's appearance if you're male or male identifying or any other gender? This is not exclusive to men. It's not that men are the problem. Nope. If anyone even begins to think that it's just men that are the problem, you can get out right now. Because this problem is widespread. It's not just men. All sorts of people are creeps. So let's just read some of the comments. Sab and our community on Twitch is so tiny and still have this retards here. Yep. Would you say that to your mom? No. Do you think it's acceptable here? Absolutely. Yep, you are completely right. And it's not everyone gets on with their mums, so some wouldn't care so much. But yes, it's would you say that to someone that one of your loved ones, would you say that to your mother, to your father, to your brother, to your sister, to your, non-binary gendered sibling, best friend, parents, whatever. Doesn't matter who they are. you shouldn't say anything inappropriate to a fellow human being. You know, a few years ago, I was mugged. Broad daylight. It was 5:30 p.m. on a summer afternoon. I was just walking down my road, not where I live now, somewhere else. Walking down my road to go to the bus stop to go to cricket practice, because, you know, British, who doesn't play cricket? And someone just tapped me on the shoulder, stole my phone, and ran. And you're probably thinking, Luce, what the hell has you being mugged got to do with this? But that invasion of my privacy and my personal space, when all I was doing was having a telephone conversation during the day, walking down the road, I've never been the same since. I can't go anywhere now and not constantly check over my shoulder for who's behind me. Doesn't matter whether it's light or dark. Yeah, and that was just once. And yeah, just once. That all it was is I was mugged. And I wasn't even hurt. They just stole my phone and ran. But that's impacted me ever since. You know, my friends tell me that I'm always on guard when we go out places because I protect not only me but them. You know, I'm the one who doesn't really get drunk on a night out because if I do, I just sober up later to take care of everyone else. And that was just one incident. Just imagine how people feel who have this crap happen to them all the time. As I said earlier, you know, they take the really bold, respectable step and brave step to put themselves out there on the internet to share something with you that matters to them. And then people think it's okay to make creepy comments. Oh, it's okay. yeah, of course I play cricket, yeah. I don't anymore, but that's just because I can never get to the practice location for the team I play for. But yes, you're right. Yes, it is horrible, vicious, you're right. And yes, noob, one incident is enough. But I'm not here for sympathy. I'm okay. I'm absolutely fine. As I said, I didn't get hurt. The point I was trying to make was just that was one incident that's impacted me ever since. So you imagine how it feels for these poor people who put themselves out there to have these creepy comments happen all the time. You know, oh, you look like oh, you look like so-and-so from so-and-so, or, you know, you look pretty, or you have nice eyes, or I wish you were my mother, and all sorts of creepy things that I've witnessed. And that's just I've witnessed. I bet you there's so many other things that people have experienced. Yeah, so as White Panther just rightly said, this is one of the reasons why this stuff affects me so much. Past multiple traumatic instances of this nature. Yes. Wow, 13, that's rough. I'm sorry. Hugs. Hugs and hearts. I'm sorry that happened to you. But yeah, exactly. But even, you know, but that's the point, isn't it? Is that so many people have been through so much that we don't know about or we haven't witnessed at the time. But this stuff happens and it's wrong and it needs to stop. People say you should be used to it by now as a woman. Wow, that is... Ooh. That's that. No one should be used to being treated like shit. Like, what the hell? Oh, thanks for the bits, Tofrog. Oh yeah, thanks for the bits earlier, White Panther, as well. Sorry, I didn't want to lose my train of thought, but yes. Just to make it known, by the way, White Panther can choose, but all donations and sub bit money and stuff made this evening is going to whatever charity Salma picks, because this shit needs to stop. We as a science and tech community have to come together not only to guard against this, but to also create tools to stop it from happening in the future. Yes, Tofrog. I was thinking that before, actually. I was like, well, if once my rant is finished, sorry, my public service announcement is finished, you know, do I move on to streaming something? You know, I can switch over to streaming a code. We can do something else. We can have guests, but probably not. That's tech setup that I'm not risking. But yeah, we can share stories. We can stream. I can just go offline. But yes, as I said, the most important thing is that we just need to agree to make the stuff stop. And yeah, you know, it's just, and it shouldn't just be, you know, it's not just, as I said, it's not just men that are a problem, and it's not just women who are the victims. Inappropriate harassment happens everywhere. Yes, admittedly, those that either identify as or appear to be, because they don't disclose it publicly, female, are more likely to feel this shit, and that's just disgusting. But the whole point of this is that we need to stop making assumptions, harassing people, and just generally being shit. So this, I'm not going to target any one label. This is just a, as they would say in Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. You know, I bet you so many of us in science who stream on the science and tech community, or watch science and tech streams, or who are just in the tech community altogether, I bet so many of us have stories of being bullied. Yet some of you that were bullied then think it's okay to take it out on people on the internet, or think it's appropriate to, you know, treat women like they're a second-class citizen. Just stop it. No one is a second-class citizen. We are all equal. Doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, what you sound like, what tech stacks you use. Who cares? We are all people. We all have something valuable to add. And I am just done with this crap. 173 bits. Plummin' hell, Sketch. Thank you. But yes, White Panther can pick where these bits are going, because I'm not here to profit off of this. I'm here to make a point, and any money will go to charity. Because to be honest with you, I don't know what charity it could go to, because I don't think one even exists for this kind of problem. But it certainly doesn't belong in my pocket, and it most certainly doesn't belong in Twitch's pocket. Okay, we've got a link. Perfect, yes. And in all fairness, I don't think I've even hit the $100 income from Twitch yet to activate my first payment. So as soon as that comes through, that is going straight to your charity of choice, because this needs to end. Besides calling it out, how do you suggest we start having the uncomfortable conversations, begin solving the problem? So essentially, it's call it out, and then if people start questioning why, you know, oh, well, it was just a joke, or I didn't mean to offend anyone, that's when you can start just breaching those conversations, where you just say, look, you know, would you say that to someone that you care about? You know, it doesn't have to be your mother, it can be just someone. And just, you know, it's not an easy conversation, but it's a conversation we need to have. Because quite frankly, this is beyond a joke now. The fact that people are now not streaming because they... Oh my god, 5,000 bits! Madness! But yeah, I think... Yeah, so Toefrog was just saying, I think it has to do with not only calling out the unacceptable behaviour and helping protect the streamers that we support, we need to build tooling to aid with that, since we can't rely on Twitch to do it. Yes. Oh, I'm just blown away by Exegete's bit donation. That's so generous. So Salma shared a link to the charity of her choosing, which you won't be able to see because I don't show my screen. Yes, absolutely. It's just a joke. Fuck right off. We had someone the other day who made an inappropriate comment in a stream, then happened to be in a different stream with the same streamer in chat and others, and when called out on their behaviour, essentially said, put lol at the end of their apology. I mean, no. If you're going to apologise for being a shitty human being, do it sincerely, take your lols and shove them where the sun don't shine, to be quite honest. So, let me see if I can switch to... We hide that. Oh, we need to resize this. So I did prepare for this in case we need to switch, but I just wanted to show you the we just bring up this link that Sean shared. We are going to yes, so safe line. Oh, it's kind of hard to read, but yes. Yeah. Safe line offers a wide variety of training who work with people affected by sexual abuse. Great. Yep, that's fair. That is our charity of choice. In fact, I'm going to do a And add. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I made some changes to my scenes in order to do this stream, but I forgot to turn off the Nightbot time command, so just ignore it. All Lucy. I'm gonna write too much in this because people stop reading. Safe.org.uk. Hey, does that not work? There we go. No. Right. Right. Oh, we'll sort it out. But yes, it's just well. I'm with you, XG. Let's switch back to. Yes, I'm with you. It's wrong, and possibly only for the UK vicious. But to be honest, I'm not going to be fussy. I've supported US streams, US charities before by donating to streamers in America who do US charities, so or like North American charities or charities elsewhere. Right now, I'm just in desperate need of a decent charity that we can donate to try and help with this crap because just no, it just absolutely flabbergasted. Like what? I never know how to deal with the situations you're addressing so well. Thank you, Luce. I'm mortified it had to happen. Yes, well, and I'm not even doing this as a streamer or a content consumer who watches streams or the moderator for one of the victims. I am doing this as a human being and as a friend. As I said earlier, I am mortified that people I care about have had some really shitty comments. You know, the streams that I watch, the streams that I'm a moderator on, or like the YouTube stream that I was watching, all the people that were being harassed, I'm lucky to call my friends. And they're not my friends because of what they look like, what gender they identify as, or any of that crap. They're my friends because they're bloody nice human beings who know a shitload and I respect them. It's the R word you be talking about. It should not be the 4-letter R word. It should be the word respect. You know, that one that we like to belt out of the karaoke when they all on the dance floor when they start playing Aretha Franklin. Just show some respect to each other. It's just I am just so angry. And right, I have public service announcement for long enough now. You can all decide as wonderful people what we do now. We can keep talking about it. We can share stories. We can end. We can code something. You let me know. Because I don't want this to go on for so long that it starts to lose power. So what are we going to do next, my friends? Akras, it's horrible this keeps on happening. Yep. Yes, it is. Thanks for the hearts. But this is exactly why I'm doing it, because I am sick to death of it happening. You know, yesterday, we were about I don't even know what time it was, but yesterday afternoon, UK time, we were having a laugh because White Panther updated their stream schedule to appease Luce. Because I'm always joking that they go live early. Thanks, Vicious. Appreciated. But yeah, I'm always joking that White Panther goes live early. She does, to be fair. But that doesn't matter. She can do what she likes. But it was a joke, you know. So our biggest problem yesterday was just joking that I essentially like joking that goes live. So then last night I was excited for the stream, watch the stream, and it's I was excited for the stream, and then the stream happened, and it was awesome, and I was watching while doing other things and what have you, and I was on a high from streaming Saturday night, sorry, for 3.5 hours, and it was great, and so that yesterday, we're just excited about watching White Panther again. And then people decide to ruin it. Stream ended. We went to someone else, understandably. That would ruin anyone's mood, having comments like that. As I said, if you want to know what was said, !wrong will link you to a tweet. I add the warning that it's not easy watching. It's not, I assure you. But it's just one example. And it ruined the stream to the point that now my friend White Panther is not live right now. And I'm honoured with her presence in this chat instead. But it's just one event too many for me. As I said, I've had enough and I just needed to talk about this. So let's see what chat said about what we should do. Let's make a list of open source. I'll read my phone because I'm not. Let's make a list of open source projects that are trying to help with this. Write some code. Let's do it. Let's have a look. Also, what do I want to do? I want to do whatever we can to solve this problem, to be honest, Vicious, because I am pissed. I was just solve the done. Probably we're intelligent tech people who can do something about this. It can. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Simple API where people can search up usernames/emails. I have interesting. The only problem with that is potentially the whole European GDPR thing. It's usernames I guess is a bit different, but you start there's a dodgy line with having a publicly available list of names like that, because people will start adding people just because they don't like them, not because they've done anything wrong. It's good idea. The concept and the intention is good, but I'm not sure how it would work in practice from a privacy perspective. No, also, can you explain cricket to me? Sure. So essentially, cricket, I'll do a very quick version if anyone doesn't want to know. Cricket is a sport where you a bit, I don't know what sports you know. Do you know baseball or anything like that? But yeah, so cricket is a famously British sport, but to be honest, the Australians and the New Zealanders and the India are pretty good at cricket too. But it's a game where you have a side that's fielding and a side that's batting. A fielding side will have people dotted around a large oval to try and get people out, and it's and then there's a person with a ball. They literally do a motion like that to bowl the ball. The ball then bounces to the person holding a bat down on the floor. Will hit it. They will try and get it all the way over the rope at the edge, which earns them 6 points. If the ball rolls over the rope, it's 4 points. Or if not, they just run in between. There's two people either side. The bowler will run past someone with a bat at the start, and they'll literally run and swap ends as many times as possible to get what's called runs. And the idea is just at the end of the bowler, as they're called, throws the ball a certain number of times in a I can't remember the term now. Over, that's it. So you have a certain number of overs a game, which is like 6 balls, I think, 7 balls. And at the end of that over, you swap ends, or the bowler bowls from the opposite end. And the idea is that you have a certain number of overs to get as many points as you can. Then you swap over, and the other side try and get as many points as they can. But you have lives, which is if someone catches the ball when you hit it, if the little stump sticks behind you get hit by the bowler before you hit it, or if it hits your leg first, then you get out, and then you can't play anymore. You go, and the next person comes in, and once you run out of people, your go is over, and it stops the next team. That's cricket in a nutshell. This isn't about cricket, so that's all I'm going to say. Was it a bot? No idea, but as Sketch has said, and as I mentioned at the start, because Salma called me out on it because I made the same comment, that even if it was a bot, someone had to write the text to go in that bot, so it doesn't matter. So that's a fair comment about who gives a fuck about GDPR. I do, because I don't. It's just risky, and let's be honest, law partly comes down to who's got the most expensive lawyer. So username's not considered personal info, but I think a Chris suggested username and email, and that's when it starts to become identifiable. So something is only, yes, as Vicious just said, only if it can be used to identify the user. But if you take a username and search the internet for them, like on Google, let's be honest, you normally find the person. But anyway, so okay, so we talked about open source projects. What other um what do you want to do? So we can search for some stuff. So let's just switch back to sharing the screen. Can Azure Identity Cognitive Service identify abusive language? Yes. Services. So for those of you that don't know, Cognitive Services is Microsoft Cloud AI machine learning service. So essentially, just makes it way, way, way easier for you to um, identify uh, different, yeah, basically use ML without having to do all the training of the models and stuff yourself. There's loads of cool services it offers. So there's like, I use it for emotion recognition and sentiment analysis in text, but there's also search ones, and yeah, obscene language is one of them. So I believe it's there you go. Detect potentially offensive or unwanted content. That one, I think. So yeah, detect images, profanity and undesirable text, moderation. Yes, this is what one. Yeah, so yes, list of OS projects that help with harassment of communities outright ban, block, reject toxic, blame women and LGBT plus. Yeah. So yeah, so if anyone's got ideas, we can potentially start an open source project right here. Who knows? People have got ideas, share them by all means. Let's out of the darkness bring some light. I mean, I'm not suggesting that we can solve all these problems, but as human beings, surely we owe it to each other to try, right? As children of people, as siblings, potentially siblings of people, as friends, as colleagues, as relatives, we owe it to each other to try and make this shit better. Because just right now, it is quite frankly a dumpster fire out there. We're thinking, so we can have a look what that we can find. We could build a service. That, sorry, so I'm not. Yeah, hang on. Build a service that people platform and username offenders. People use the database to spam people preemptively. That could work. Need the grandma test. Would you say X your grandma? If no, then don't say it. Hey Rick, you've joined post public service announcement. We've had our public service announcement against all the creeps and inappropriate comments to people on the internet, and now we're moving on to doing something about it. So our current thought is doing uh, creating a database subscription. Okay, well, that's a good idea, Toefrog, but I think we need to start off simple, right? Which is just a database that people can add to. Then we can worry about worry about making it fancy with content detection. That's a bot, and I can do bots. But we can start with a database, right? So, but yeah, so if we do usernames and service, yes, that is like what you said, Krish, but I think it just solves the issue of email as well. I think you said email. I might be wrong. If I am wrong, I apologise. I'm not here to tell you what you said, but um, yeah, if we can just do it in a way that's private and not just a username and a service like Twitch, YouTube, or whatever, then perfect. Because yeah, username and platform, yes, yeah. If you said username and platform, I apologise for GDPR. As you can imagine, I'm quite wound up right now, and I'm not thinking straight. Um, but yes, is it possible? Because we can make a database, but then how do you access it? And if you then have ability to access it, how would you control the privacy? Is there is no, let's have a look. Oh my god, look at the what can identify an individual? Have a look. We wanna make sure that possibly, like, possibly. What's 5 by 5? Joke I don't get. Individual level. Yeah, so a name with some other information. Yes, the problem. How we handle privacy. Hmm. Distinguish an individual. Yeah. Yeah. So a common name's not enough, but if you so it's again, it's the same. It's a bit like you got an online identifier. So that'll be a username. Yes. Ooh. Audio problem. I have 7% drop frames, which is great, but mm, a noise gate thing because I'm sat too far from the microphone. So step one would be to create a bot that if a mod or owner flags a user as abusive, it would log the user and their message in a central database. Well, yeah, this is what I was trying to find out before. Project Hydra anti-harassment book. Oh, it's deprecated. Yeah, it's because I've got a noise. I've got a filter on my audio to stop background noise, and I think if the microphone's too far away, it gets carried away. Create a database and API. Step 2, bot thing. Step 3, ML. Step 4, blank blank. Step 5, are we the baddies? Yeah, I mean, a few. Yeah, there's been some valid points, like um, like Vicious said of the whole how do you fix false positives? Because my concern is if we're going to do this, I guess we have to have it so that you can't just add people willy nilly. It has to be picked up somehow. Yes, it'll be OSS Rick because even though I have private repos on GitHub, I never use them. Absolutely everything that I do is written in public. So if we put it on GitHub, it's OSS. And you can absolutely stand up wherever you like, Rick. First step is to decide what we want to do, and then the next step is to start making it. Hey Nick, fix GDPR. Have a disclaimer in the chat rules. So someone uses opt out to opt out of the list, ban them. Interesting, yes. But yeah, so let's just see what exists first, and then we can think about what we're gonna do with it. Cool. Block. Feminism. We'll go the other way. Require opt-in. The problem with opt-in is that those that are creeps are not going to opt in, are they? If you're going to get called out on your shit, you're going to avoid getting called out on your shit. Okay, so that's a policy, right? Oh yeah, you could just block everyone. I mean, when it comes to the whole GDPR thing, there is the slight catch that my brother's a barrister, so I'll probably get his input on what's acceptable and what's not. Yeah. Okay, so we can deal with the privacy thing. So let's plan this out. How are we going to do it? We need to make some choices first. Oh, lawyer. Sorry. In obviously in America, lawyers, you represent them. You represent someone from like the start to. Not necessarily high rank lawyer sketch. It's just a different type. So in America, if it's like TV, you hire a lawyer who not only helps you beforehand but represents you in court. Whereas in the UK, you have two types of lawyers: solicitors and barristers. Solicitors are the people you go to when you've got like non-court related things. So like, oh, I'm buying a house and you need the legal documents processing, or you've been arrested in the middle of the night. You call a solicitor. Your barrister's the person who represents you in court once it gets there, and so that's what my brother does. And so I don't know whether he knows much about this kind of law, but he's got to know something, right? Uh, Problem with blocking chat, so I don't think we can do that from a bot that intercepts a chat message event. Possibly. Yeah, you are agreeing to be held to the standards of the streamer, but how often um would people see the message to opt in? What if they do something creepy before they opt in? We could add it to Pantherbot quite easily. Oh, now you're asking. Okay. Well, if I'm starting this project, we need to decide as a community what we're writing, because my initial instinct would be C sharp, but then that excludes .NET developers. PHP is just, well, there's nothing wrong with PHP, time and a place, but it's not my language. I guess we could go down the web languages route like TypeScript or JavaScript, because that tends to be the most widely known. But that's a later discussion. Um, we couldn't stop the messages being sent, but we could automatically do, like, there's chat commands, isn't there, to time people out or delete messages. So surely we could just delete every message from that user. So I got an email about the which so the bot. For those of you that are new here that don't know, Panther Bot is a awesome bot that White Panther's built with the help of others that allows you has loads of cool features, interactive features for chat, so handling, you know, event alerts and announcing certain people from the community when they start into chat. It announces they're there and gives them a shout out and stuff. Panther bot's awesome. So yes, potentially this could be I don't know. I don't know if there's an APO. We can look into that. But first one was that there's command. We could do. Chat commands timeout. Timeout. Message. I'll delete a single. Do it from. Just open another window. That docs myself. Quickly have a look at my email. Okay, so I started building a chat filter for language, but primary purposes. Yeah, you're right, Toefrog. It does have the ability to delete messages. Can we put possible harassers on a cooldown and send them a message? Yeah. Okay. Just quickly have a look. So when I reported it yesterday, I got an email from Twitch. Said, thanks for the follow, by the way, Nolan Narwhal. I've just seen the email. We've received your report. There we go. You're a creator, learn more about tools you can use. Review area moderator. What's really difficult about this is I can already hear people making too much deal out of this. Yeah, well, do you know what? Those kind of people can fuck right off. I don't know about you, but if people aren't happy to sign up to an anti-harassment and be kind to each other bot, they're not welcome in my community. Yeah, it's actually sketch, yep, but fuck them. Yep. A Prime K44. Okay, so we can ban. Be way to like. I guess we just have to ban people. Or is there a way of doing like okay, say, yeah, like Rick said, time them out and send them a warning. I think you can time out user. So we could time them out. Temporary ban someone from the chat for 10 minutes. Usage timeout username. How do you specify a message? Like, how can we say to them, oh, you know, you need to. If we can send them a whisper after we've timed them out, this could be possible. Personally, I just think, in response to your comment, Vicious, personally, I just think that no one should opt in. It should be. Now, should even have the option to opt out. Why the hell would you want to opt out? Not being a dick. If you're that against having a username store because you've been a hot asshole, just go away. No one wants you around anyway. You can send them a whisper with a message describing what they need to do. Yes, but I was just wondering whether you can do it from code. As in, like, is there a /whisper? Slash. No. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out, is how we can programmatically send someone a whisper. Steve, we are making one, welcome Madhouse Steve, and two, we are working on some kind of um well, it's a very much in its infancy, but we're trying to create some kind of system, potentially an add-on to PantherBot, because let's be honest, PantherBot solves most of our problems, for being able to potentially check for inappropriate content, whether that's profanities or sexist language or whatever. Then auto time out the user, send them a whisper with a warning, and then like if they get timed out more than once, ban them, and potentially add their name to like a data, like username and service to a database somewhere. We're just trying to. We've had our public service announcement rant about shitty behaviour on the internet, and now we're talking about how to fix the problem. Okay. So it's /W. There we go. I'm going to test it with White Panther because why not? White testing. Testing. Go. Okay, so it said please use a whisper window, but does that mean it worked? Creep band catalogue. Question is, did that whisper send? Let's have. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I touched when it was first suggested, Steve. That's what I raised, the whole GDPR thing, because online identity is still considered an identifier. Um, but well, so it says so ICO, you know, the information communication, and essentially, yeah, the ICO says that an online identifier is considered a identifier. My brother is a barrister. He's no expert on this stuff, I don't think, but it's worth an ask. But Twitch registered offender, yes. Yeah, so you can do /W. I did just whisper White Panther, but I'm not sure if it worked. I know Toe Frog's here, so I'm going to whisper to you, Toe Frog, and let me know if you get it. It says please use the whisper window, but I don't know whether whether that's just a warning or whether it actually worked. Oh, for God's sake! But it's okay because that's just from chat. There's no reason. So, um, uh, GitHub. I find out it doesn't. That's okay. Oh yeah, it does. Wow, good old GitHub. So BBB. This is BBB's GitHub. Twitch themer sends you. It's Toefrog, quite right. I think it was Toefrog. If you're doing it from OBS, it might not work. Okay. Well then, Twitch.tv. Slash. Is GDPR enforceable if hosted in a non-reachable? Oh, that is a very good question. I know lots of different countries have similar laws. So we had a thing at work recently where we got our first client in a country we'd not had a client in before, and we had to look into the legal implications of being there. Go to my chat quickly. Coding. I'm just going to quickly test this theory out. W. sketch, do. Yeah, I'm not sure if that worked, but it's okay. We can have a look. So Twitch theme sends you a whisper theory. Ooh, languages I don't know. Love. Hunt for JS to send the whisper. Okay. I think I got to write JavaScript to start this. That's okay. Handle it. But thanks for looking, Toefrog. Drop the link in chat if you've got it. I don't block URLs. Um, but yeah, then we can have a look at it together. Oh, good old Instafluff. Okay. Okay, so have a look. Hunt for JS. Oh, good old Tim. That's the point. Tim, I already do it because if so, we can just jump on board. Pantherbot. This is why I have to clone Pantherbot. We can try it with Tiamat, right? And then pause. Waiting up time to GitHub repo. When you mod for someone and do their admin every stream, you get to know their URLs off by heart. Theory. Oh, I've already got it. How unsurprising. That repo, right? That can't be up to date. Anyone that knows this repo know why this thinks it's. Have a look. Everyone should follow White Panther if you don't already. Streams are great when they're not being shit on like a dumpster. That's which project do we want? Pantherbot, Panther Labs. I thought it was Pantherbot mainframe, but Labs is the overlays. Okay. Okay. It is. I guess it's just not been updated in one. Yeah, it was updated 4 days ago. What? Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I know what I'm doing wrong. It's my fork. That's fine. Oh God, how do you update? project. Local clone of the original GitHub. No. Okay, so we can do. Thanks for that, by the way, Toadfrog. So we can do Git. So. G. Temporary. Normally call it upstream, but I approve anything you want to call it. Yeah, but like upstream. I mean, I guess upstream is it's not origin, is it? It's different, but hey. Yeah, that's what I thought, Toefrog. I saw that from the GitHub, but Comfy.js just uses TMI.js under the hood, so it made sense to just keep using TMI since it's already in PantherBot. Yeah, I like Panther OG. Much better. Oh, hang on. Then fetch git fetch. Git fetch. OG. Oh, for God's really? Just wanted an up-to-date version, but I guess we're gonna have to delete the repo and just reclone it. No, I did it. Ah, okay. Yeah, probably noob, but oh well. No, I still don't have access. Okay, we'll just delete the repo and reclone. Snazzy things. I know how to do it. Unix based. Oh yeah, that would also help if you don't mind. I just wanted to clone the damn thing. Ah, okay. I thought I did. Oh, I can't type. Oh my god. Yes, I mean, it won't let me do it. It's okay, I'll just delete it and start again. Yeah, I would clone, but the problem was I had my fork. Oh, so I just need to clone the original. Will do, I just need to delete this first. There we go. Thanks, Sketch. Sorry, that's probably infuriating. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Originally. Boom. Here we go. Oh, and that was quick as well, which is quite impressive for my internet. Okay. I'll update GitHub CLI later. To be fair, I'm probably as what the hell is going on here with PowerShell. I just use whatever works at the time. So, I mean, this may be one of those where we end up having an idea and leaving it for someone else to pick up because I can't code properly in TypeScript. But hey, we give it a shot, right? If we want to try and encourage each other to be excellent to each other and not be afraid to call people out and have the be brave and call the shit out. Got to be brave to do stuff that we don't know, right? In my case, TypeScript. There's a plan to add this feature to PantherBot. Yes, it is. Yes, we're going to update the stuffs. Thanks for reminding Tofrog, and thanks for calling me out, Panther. So, ABS chats. So, title is going to be. Make the title. Oh, title. To keep the title short, if people want to know more, they can ask. Next. Code can. For those of you that love mechanical keyboards, you're enjoying the clicking. But yes, thanks for reminding me, Tofrog. It is going to go in PantherBot. What times am I going to write this URL out today? Yeah? What? Oh, for God's sake. Why's PantherBot only just announced that I've gone live? How rude. Okay. Okay, so we've got the code. That's bigger. Don't have Twitch theme installed, so you can all behave yourselves. Like what we've got. Locker? Locker. Oh, for Mongo. Oh, step one is going to be read the readme, right? Get this running. Pumpkin pot, yep. Yes, and done. Oh, I don't know. This could blow up my internet. Oh, how is everyone? Ah, see, I got your, just seen your whisper sketch, but thinking about it, we might have to give up. Not streaming, just give up with this. Anyway, there's so we find out I don't have Docker. I might, you never know. Oh wait, it's gonna work. I'm hesitant, by the way, not because I don't know what I'm doing. Valid point, but also because I run virtual mobile simulators, but it should be okay. Download it. Everyone's very quiet. Are you all right? All the rage got to you. Yeah, we might not be. Okay, so essentially we got to a point where we're probably blocked because I can't run the repo without Docker. I don't need it to run. So I have. My phone's at least on a. Ah, okay. Oh, it's a stream title change activated it. Okay. Um. Yeah. So we might have to end our little public service announcement stream since I can't do much without Docker. Well, at least we've got an idea, right? We can always document what we want to do somewhere. Ah, yeah, I'm at like 11% drop frames. I feel like between audio cutting out, drop frames, and not having Docker installed, this might be a. We've had an idea, but we can't do much more with it right now. But it gives us something to work on, right? I can stream again. White Panther can work on whatever White Panther feels like, because let's face it, she's earned the right after the latest shitstorm. Steve, do we want to do some of this on Friday with Friends? Damn. Oh, stress. I was about to make hearts at you, but you can't see the camera because we've got to stop being creepy. I wrote this down when I set up the Panther bot the other day. Clone repo, download Docker, node daemon. Node, not node daemon, nodemon. Yes. In which case, I live in the UK, and so my internet is tight, and so I cannot download Docker and stream at the same time. But we have a plan. That's the important thing, right? Let's switch over to back to that. Yeah? Yes. So, we are back. As I said, probably a good time to end the stream just because I'm dropping frames and I don't have the requirements to run PantherBot right now. But now we have a plan, so we can get started with this at some point. We can do it together. We can do it on individual streams. I'll happily join anyone that needs help. I can be much help. But yeah, we've got an idea in place. And I think out of all this nonsense, that's the best that we can hope for, really. It's just some positive, positive, even if this ends up not being that, not doing what we want or it takes longer than we'd hoped for, at least we're doing something right. So yeah, I just beg that we do something. We just all carry on being excellent to each other, calling out crap. If you don't feel confident calling out crap, then whisper a mod in this Twitch stream that you're watching. Let them know. If it's on Twitter, call them out. My Twitter handle is @LuceCarter1. If you want to call someone out for some crap on the internet, but you don't feel brave enough, my DMs are open. Drop me a message and I will go ham on whatever asshole is making you feel uncomfortable. Yes. So, who are we going to raid? That is the question. Have most of the setup done. We'll start next year. Nice. You're welcome. Thank you all for coming and listening to me. And I think it's fair to say that those of you that have watched, those of you that have very, very, very generously donated to our charity of choice, which is, I've just should share in the chat. Oh, it never worked, did it? God's sake. But yeah, so we'll be donating all proceeds from this evening to charity. And yeah, as I said, I think it's fair to say that those of you who've turned up, donated, shared stories, got angry, all of you are wonderful human beings, and we need more of the world to be like you. So let's all just empower each other to stand up for this. Let's educate people, and let's just make the internet a better place to be. Okay, who are we going to raid? Switch back. Help me decide who we raid. Any suggestions, my lovely people? BBB. We could raid BBB. I'm nothing against raiding BBB because BBB is great, but I don't know whether we want to help potentially a female identifying streamer, someone with fewer numbers. BBB's great, but he doesn't struggle for viewer numbers, and since this whole stream came about from shit people have to put up with, maybe we should help someone less represented in tech. What do we reckon? Any suggestions? I can have a look who's live. Okay, so I mean, we can by all means we can switch to BBB, but I'll give it like 20 more seconds, and if no one else makes any suggestions, we'll go raid BBB. drop the swords, drop the panther hearts, drop whatever. We're just going to go show some support because BBB is another ally who might have running jokes with White Panther and they might troll each other, but he absolutely is an ally in the community. He doesn't stand for shit either. Yeah, me too, Steve, me too. But no one's live, so. Yeah, no, I agree, Vicious, he is an ally, but I'm just hoping to give some. Potentially, if we can, shine a spotlight on a smaller streamer. But if we can't find one, then we will stream BBB. I just like shining a spotlight on people because we all started somewhere, right? Not all of us can get to nearly 2,000 followers in like 6 months. They know who I'm talking about. But yeah, Twitch is full of amazing streamers. We need to shine a spotlight on them. I feel like we're going to end up with BBB because no one can find anybody. Let me know if you. I'm about to raid BBB, so just let me know quickly, Toe Frog, if you've got any hope. So, also, I should just make the point that they might women use the term female identifying because just because they're biologically female doesn't necessarily mean that they're female. We'll just go with female identifying because that covers lots of different people. I mean, to be fair, Steve, sitting around in a dressing gown sounds great. Okay, I guess BBB it is. Don't worry, Toadfrog, we'll raid BBB. It's not going to be the last time that we stream this content, so we've got plenty of other opportunities to shine a light on people. Hopefully after Christmas, more people will be streaming again and they're just taking a break, and it's not that the internet shit on them so hard that they're not streaming anymore. Sadly, kind of the case for quite a few people. But it's okay, Vicious, you're trying, but yes, I'm just not afraid to try and educate people, and I just think it's important to use the term female identifying and not women. But that's just my, personal preference. Okay, so we're gonna raid. Okay, none of us are perfect, Vicious. We can do that. So, Frog? What are they streaming? Making be easy. Well, yeah, they've got mental health LGBTQIA tags. Yep, let's go. Thanks, Topron. Let's go share some hype and some love for another streamer. Oh, it's intended for mature audiences. That's okay. But yes, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for listening to me. Thank you for all the support. As I said, all proceeds from this stream will go to White Panther's charity of choice. And yeah, just keep being excellent to each other. This is going to be a long, tough fight, but it's worth it. And with that, evening.